Hello, and welcome to the Cryptocurrency News Channel. We're going to answer the question very thoroughly, which country has the most Bitcoin? And can China actually shut down the Bitcoin blockchain or double spend and any of that stuff? So we're going to look at which country has the most Bitcoin. We're going to say like which country has the most Bitcoin nodes, which country has the most Bitcoin holders, and which country actually trades the most Bitcoin. In terms of which country trades the most Bitcoin, it is the United States. And this is just from local Bitcoins. US is number one, followed by Russia, UK, Venezuela, China, and the rest of Europe, and then Nigeria, Australia, and all these others. But that's only for local Bitcoins. Like if you actually look at it from like most exchanges, if you try to take out all the wash trading volume, it is still the United States. Like the US dollar, the USD, and American citizens trade the most Bitcoin in the world. So the US does actually, like, out of all the countries, manage the most Bitcoin volume in the world. US citizens manage the most Bitcoin volume in the world. So that's 1 point for the United States, regardless of which way you cut it. In terms of like which country has the most Bitcoin holders, it is also the United States. The United States is home to the most crypto endeavors, including platforms and funds, and it has the largest number of active holders in Bitcoin. Now, you're thinking, well, China has like a lot of mining power. Don't they have all the Bitcoins? Well, no, because a lot of those mining places, they have to sell the Bitcoins immediately after mining them in order to actually pay bills. So there's that aspect of it. They don't actually keep much of it. If you really think about it, Bitcoin was created in the United States. They've tracked it to San Francisco. We don't exactly know who created it, but we know someone did actually create it in Silicon Valley. Could have been the CIA, could have been Satoshi Nakamoto, could have been like some other government agency. We don't really know that part of it. But the earliest miners were from San Francisco. Like the Satoshi wallet is definitely from San Francisco. It's not Craig Wright. It's not like any of these other guys. It's someone from San Francisco, and many of the biggest accounts are actually from that area. And those are the wallets with like a million Bitcoin, 500,000 Bitcoin. So the earliest wallets that have like huge amounts are all from the United States. And also, if you look at all the funds right now, if you look at Grayscale, MicroStrategy, and a lot of others, they're also from the United States. So the big funds right now that are buying tens of thousands of Bitcoin are from the US, and the original wallets are all from the US as well. And you know that guy that bought a pizza with 10,000 Bitcoins? Yeah, he's from the US as well. And the pizza guy who actually accepted him, he's also from the US. So you can actually see just from historically that the US is in control of most of the Bitcoins, well, more Bitcoins in circulation than any other country. And the US actually has the most holders. Now, which country actually has the most Bitcoin nodes? This is actually a little closer, but it is actually the United States. This is from 2019. I don't think it's actually changed all that much, but from then, like the U.S. has over 2,600 nodes. Germany has 2,016 nodes, and then it's France, Netherlands, China's like number five, and then Canada, United Kingdom. So once again, by a small margin over Germany, the U.S. actually has the most nodes. So generally, who has the most Bitcoin? In every single measure, it is the United States. However, that does not mean they have control over Bitcoin. They might have the most nodes, but China still controls it via hash power. I'm going to tell you how they do it. They don't actually have the most nodes or the mining power. The U.S. actually has more people, probably like more active like hash rate, but the US doesn't have any pools. Like all the big pools are located in China. So US mining power, US people mining are allocating their mining power to Chinese pools, and that's how they actually have that power. So yes, they can actually hijack it and double spend. However, the US miners could actually just stop that by allocating the pool to another country. But the thing is, that would actually take time for everyone to notice, and by that time, they might have already gotten away with double spending. And China's actually not trying to increase their hash power or hash rate dominance, because Inner Mongolia, which is one of the bigger regions in crypto mining, has actually just shut down its cryptocurrency mining because it was absorbing too much power. While states like Texas and Wyoming are trying to open up cryptocurrency mining operations on cleaner energy, or solar, wind, whatever. So that's the thing right now. Like I think the percentage of American hash rate is actually going to go up. The percentage of Chinese hash rate is going to go down. But if these American mining farms are actually allocating to Chinese pools, it won't solve the problem. So how can you solve this problem of China actually controlling Bitcoin? It's quite easy. You have to open up American mining pools. I'm not really sure why people don't open up mining pools where people can just allocate to. And they need to be fairly well managed mining pools that take a modest fee and still reward miners handsomely for mining at their mining pool. So I think that actually needs to get started in the United States to take away that from China. Now, I don't want all the Bitcoin hash rate in the United States either, because I don't like one country technically being able to just screw everything. So I think the best solution is to actually like allocate different parts of Bitcoin hash rate to different pools in countries that essentially hate each other. Because then they will never agree to actually hijack Bitcoin if they all hate each other and want to use it for different purposes. Each of them will have a different agenda on their for themselves, and yeah, it would just not be hijacked. Each of them would want to keep the hash rate power that they have, but they would actually not. They would definitely not agree with other countries to do all the same thing. So I think it needs to be split up into different countries and split up in different countries that are actually enemies of each other. But overall, yes, China does have the ability to actually double mine or kind of like screw with the system because they control most of the big pools. If America actually started some of those pools themselves, I do think they could actually basically kill Chinese monopoly, and they can do it fairly fast. It's just like they have to start the pool and convince people to join their pool, and I think they should actually do that. So should other countries. But the actual mining hash rate power is not so concentrated in China. It's just that all the hash rate power from other countries assign themselves to Chinese pools as well. But in terms of like who owns the most Bitcoin, who has the most Bitcoin trading volume, who has the most Bitcoin nodes that are mining, it is definitely the United States. So yes, we need to start some pools and get that mining power within the United States. So that is the news for today. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe and hit that bell notification button. Thank you and have a nice day.